but for one local teen, it's become something much bigger.
NBC5's Christian Farr tonight shows us how a young man is using the sport to break barriers and inspire black boys and girls across our city.
It is after school at Fenwick High in Oak Park. And student Scott Holliday is about to take part in a sport that is near and dear to his heart. The sport Scott loves is fencing.
It's a really interactive sport where you can focus your mental game as well as your physical. And that's just something I never found in another sport, and it's so perfect for me and my abilities.
Scott immersed himself into a sport that has been described as physical chess, a comparison to the board game. It was Scott's father who introduced him to fencing after trying every sport from soccer to basketball.
We did lacrosse, and lacrosse got the closest because it had a stick, but it didn't quite stick. And so Scotty, as my wife mentioned, always picked up a stick or a broom handle and always wanted to duel.
As Scott excelled at fencing, he always noticed that sometimes he was the only black person competing.
It was very lonely. It didn't feel good at all, let me just say. It didn't feel like I could be confident in that space, and confidence is everything in fencing.
Ready? On guard.
Scott took his love of swordplay and that feeling of loneliness in the sport and created Black Boys Fence, a nonprofit Scott uses to introduce fencing to communities that may know nothing about it.
I love seeing the smiles on kids' faces, like their eagerness to touch the foil, to hold it, to see what it's about. They're always like, "Can I touch that foil? Can I hold it? Can I poke you a little bit?" Which is always the best part of my day.
All attack is off target.
During those demonstrations, Scott transforms from being a fierce competitor to a teacher.
Hand first, then lead with the feet.
His parents say creating Black Boys Fence showcased their son's desire to help and educate others.
He's always helped younger fencers. Small children would come up to him, who were people of color, and would just want to talk to him and, find out his name and how long you've been fencing. So he's always kind of had this spirit of help.
Okay, let's pause for here.
As Scott ponders his next chapter, he is planning on fencing at an elite college or university. His passion to teach black boys and even black girls will never diminish when it comes to his love of fencing.
Halt, attack.
We have to take as many steps as possible in order to show everybody that we can be in these spaces, that we can be elite fencers in any sport possible. This is not just about fencing. Any sport where we're underrepresented is a sport that we can thrive at.
Scott didn't just create his nonprofit Black Boys Fence, he also wrote this book, Scott's Fantastic Fencing Journey. It's a guide for fencing for children. You can learn more about this book and his nonprofit by visiting our website and mobile app, NBC Chicago. In the newsroom, Christian Farr, NBC5 News.
What an inspiring young man. Christian,
Wow.
thanks
Yeah.
for that
Cool was
story.